Ho ho buddies, welcome to Borderline Games. I'm Gareth and today we've just saved Detective Canbanela in Ghost Trick. What's it called? Ghost Trick, Detective, Phantom Detective. It's called Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective. As I just said, we've just saved, not Canbanela, Old Pigeon Man. We just saved Old Pigeon Man. I don't know what I'm talking about. And now we're about to save Detective Canbanela today on Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective. Let's do it! Let's get started. Inspector Canbanela is upstairs. So our first step is to get up there. Sizzle, I'll go up first and wait for you. Oh yeah, Missile's here as well. Oh, nice one. Okay, lovey dove. We need your help. Carry this measuring device upstairs. There's Mr. Ghost in it, so don't drop it. Oh. Trick time. Okay. Hiya. There you are, Sissel. Sorry for the wait, Miss L. 4 minutes from now, the inspector will be killed by a gun. You just jump in there and stop him from firing, would you? There you go again with that stuff. Besides, doesn't make any sense. If you stop him from firing, he'll just kill you some other way. Wait a minute, that sounds familiar. Yep, same situation as mine. Your best bet this time around is to allow him to shoot, and then save Canbanela without him noticing. Phew, it's even worse than last time. Anywho, jump in there and do something. Baby! Okay, I'm ready to jump in. Sissel! Don't forget, whenever you want to use my powers, just tap RT. Okay. So where am I? So, Sissel needs to, wait for the kettle to come back down, otherwise he can't do anything. What can Missile do? Microscope. Is there anything that's the same shape? I guess not. Okay. We just gotta wait. Last time I had to wait, didn't I? Ah, okay. Oh. I'm up, baby. So does he turn around? What does he say here? In front of you, Inspector Canbanela. Me. If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. Ah, he's turned around. But... Oh, did you see that? That bad Sissel turned around. You have to call him that. Yeah, maybe this is our chance to try some ghost tricks. It's the only time he takes his eyes off of me, too. If you have something to do it now. Time to take the first steps towards saving the inspector. I can rock that. Does that do anything? Uh-oh. What was that? That doesn't seem like a good idea. Bet tonight's execution will be quite a relief to you, won't it? Yeah, we did this already. It's the kind of guy you are. Okay. Okay. Oh, hang on. Yucks! I'm a little scared right now.
Why didn't he die?
Because he's already dead. He died 10 years ago. I knew full well he wouldn't die if I shot him. Then why did you go to the trouble to shoot him at all? Time's almost up. That's enough chit-chat. Now the situation has changed slightly. These last split seconds of our chance. Okay, so I can go over this way now. That is useful. What does that give me? Photos, examine. Microscope, examine. Knit hat, jiggle. Okay. Okay. What's this like? Oh, I can see what it's like. It's like the book, right? It's the same shape. It's funny. Okay, that is definitely what we have to do. So roll this back, and then will it just land on his head? He won't be able to see. Okay. Is this right? Okay. Right, so maybe now I need to get Sissel to rock it, maybe? What's it say?
Well, would you look at that? Right on the hook.
I love knit hats. So warm and, most of all, soft. Hey, now that I'm looking at it, that hat's the same shape as the helmet you just knocked down. Aha, I thought so. Hang on. So what am I supposed to do? Oh, okay. Another condition of my deal, to wipe out everybody who knew about Temsic. He's gonna shoot. It's too late. Again, I'm gonna get shot again. No, wait. Our chance is coming up.
The last split second. Right. Leave it to me. Woof.
What? Would you look at that? What have I got to swap it with? The bullet's hanging in midair, between the gun and the inspector's forehead.
Now's our chance. I'm hearing the bullet right now. Let's swap this little thing with something else.
What? It's our only hope. There's got to be something with the same shape and direction as the bullet. Okay. No. Hurry now. Swap that hanging bullet with something else. There's got to be something with the same shape. Same shape as a bullet. Or is it just this hat? Oops, no. No. Okay. But won't that mean the bullet goes above his head? Is that the idea? Okay. Great. And he's like, nothing to think about that. I've just got a hat gun. I don't think you noticed. Looks like you pulled off another magic disappearing act. And now I say again, I love knit hats. So warm and most of all, so soft.
Did I do all right?
You did a fine job, little one. You saved another laugh.
And I'll keep doing it too. Over and over.
Cleared the red light, green light challenge. What I saw in just these 4 minutes gave me all the answers I've been looking for. All our research these past 10 years pales in comparison, right, Professor? So you two were working together. That's about the size of it, yeah. Who would believe a story about a manipulator? So we pursued it ourselves, just the two of us. I'm quite a crazy character myself, after all.
Okay, let's hurry back. Back to our time. We have to rescue Miss Camilla.
You're right, Missile. And there's a certain guy I have to follow too. After completing his revenge on Inspector Canbanela, the man in red left, and now a new story is about to unfold, in a new present. Quote unquote. How you feeling, you old crazy character? So he wasn't a bad guy after all. Hey there, Prof. We're both alive, I see. Yeah, nothing like it, baby. But I don't know if I'm getting old or what. I've got a few aches and pains here and there. Used to be a little thing like an explosion wouldn't bother me. Yeah, right. Like I'm gonna believe that. So what? The guy in red is gone, eh? Just in case, I posted special investigation units all around the building. Let's just pray the boys come through for us. Damn it. You picked a bad time not to listen to me, body of mine. I guess we've got to talk to people. Oh, hang on. Well, it looks like both of their deaths were erased. Unfortunately, in the case of the Inspector in white, I can't call it a complete success. In any case, these two have the information I need to start tracking the manipulator. I better talk to them. Let's do it. If I knew things were going to end up like this, I'd have tried to die in that explosion, baby. That way I could have been dancing after Big Red by now. I might be able to erase deaths, but it's true I can't do much about injuries. But really, you shouldn't talk that way. Yes, sorry. I suppose you're right, I just hate feeling so helpless. He was right there within my grasp. All our plans were resting on tonight, and then this had to happen. I guess he's thinking about his spotless record. It's not too late, Inspector, we still have a chance. Maybe I can catch him. Say, you're right. That's not a bad idea. I'll cooperate with you fully. Go ahead and fire away with any questions you like, Mr. Ghost. Let's ask about revenge. The guy mentioned revenge. Revenge against the people who stole his life away 10 years ago. He's a fool. He's the one who made the decision to take that little girl hostage. And he wound up dead. He only has himself to blame. What about when he said this? I was murdered by all of you. Detective Jowd, who forced me into a corner. Lynn, the girl who was playing in the park. And finally you, Inspector Canbanela. If you hadn't done what you did, I never would have pointed a gun at that kid. What did Canbanela do? Yes. 10 years ago on that day, the Special Investigation Unit was working on a special big case. We hauled in a young man, an important witness to our investigation. And then I did it. I made two very stupid mistakes. Detective, I'm telling you, I don't know anything about it. Fine, fine. You're under no obligation to talk, of course. But if you don't, the Special Investigation Unit can make the rest of your life a living hell. He's got a very distinct silhouette. I mean, they both do, really. But I just been assigned to the Special Investigation Unit, you see. They didn't share much info on big cases with a newbie like me yet, and I wanted to impress them. It was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking his statement. But I was too green. I pushed him too hard. I drove him into a corner and made him lose all hope. That was my first mistake. And then I made another mistake on top of that. Baby. Canbanela, got a minute? The chief wants to see you about your report. Got it, I'll be right there. You stay right there. And be a good boy now. Canbanela out. That's when I did it. I left it behind in the interrogation room. My gun. How could you? He used my gun to escape. What he said is true. If I hadn't made that mistake, he never would have had a gun to point at Lynn in the first place. I mean, yeah, but he did take it. We first found out about the manipulator's existence during a certain overseas communication. Overseas communication? For national security purposes, this country keeps tabs on the communications network. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. He said he wanted them to buy him and his powers. That's how we first heard about him, of course. We didn't know what he looked like at the time. And in order to prove these powers of his, he gave them 2 predictions. He foresaw 2 completely preposterous impossible cases. The case of a man who would sing national secrets during a live rock concert broadcast, and the case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. Those 2 inmates at the special prison, eh? We kept tabs on their communications and launched an investigation. And then finally, we pinpointed where they were going to meet tonight and staked it out. That restaurant, the Chicken Kitchen. The manipulator plans on leaving this country tonight. On a submarine that belongs to the other country in this deal. A submarine? We haven't been able to find out where it's going to surface. It's terrifying to think that would happen if his powers were to fall into their hands. Right. Highly unlikely they'd use them for peaceful purposes. And now they have that little girl as a hostage. Camilla. We have to stop him before he leaves the country. Spotless record. This spotless record of yours, is it really that important to you? Of course, baby. In some ways, it's more important to me than my life. In your life, eh? After all, it's because of my record that I'm able to get my hands on all intel as head of the Special Investigation Unit. And because of my position, I get to direct all aspects of the investigation into the manipulator case. The manipulator case? That's why you cared about your records so much. Of course. Why else, baby? I just never could believe it, man. Jowd shooting Alma. I didn't care that he confessed. There was definitely something more to the story. Some secret. I did everything I could to climb the ladder. Everything in my power. And then I finally found the answer. It took 5 long years, though. The manipulator, he's going to prove that Jowd is innocent. What incredible determination. Canbanela's determination. There's one thing I just don't understand. Oh, a Columbo. I love a Columbo. If you were so determined to help Detective Jowd, why didn't you help him escape from prison? That's an easy one, baby. Escaping from prison is a crime. I wasn't about to help him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. And he himself asked to be executed, you know. As a man of the law, I had to stop... I had to make sure the execution was stopped legally. I also had to learn to talk properly, and that's why I brought him before the Justice Minister too. I need to buy as much time as possible, as I possibly could, baby. So that's it, eh? But there's one little unfortunate result of all of this. Lynn completely misunderstood your intentions. Ha! What's a little misunderstanding? My baby will come around, give it time. But there are more important things to do with our time tonight. Let's do the important things then. Oh, I guess we're going to speak to... Mr. Superintendent. You mind if I talk to you for a minute? I haven't always been a junkyard superintendent, you know. I used to be part of the police. The police, huh? Not as a detective, but as a medical examiner. I investigated victims' cause of death and other stuff, you know. 10 years ago, I was asked to autopsy a strange corpse, hit by a meteorite fragment and died instantly. That's what the police report said. There were no signs of life. He was definitely dead, but I never filed an autopsy report. That's because the corpse suddenly vanished, leaving behind only one clue. A little turd. An unusual corpse. Oh, I bet that's what I've been chasing all night. Could you tell me more? Yeah, sure. I have an interest in you recovering your memory and finding your true identity too. Unusual corpse. That's the only way I can describe it too. It was an unusual corpse. He was dead alright, no question about that. But there wasn't a scratch on him. Not a scratch, but I thought he was hit by a meteorite fragment. I don't understand it any more than you do. I was completely bewildered. When I tried to autopsy him, I was even more puzzled. I couldn't perform the autopsy. You couldn't? What do you mean? The scalpel went in, but I couldn't cut. As soon as I tried to make an incision, it would heal up in the very next instant. And that's how it went. And no scarring or blood either. And I never had the chance to solve the mystery. That's because the corpse up and vanished on us. The morgue is well guarded. Nobody could have stolen that body. But there's one way the corpse could have disappeared. What's that? If it teleported. If it got up itself. Ooh. It got up, opened the door, and walked out on its own. What? He was dead, but he wasn't dead. We saw it with our own eyes tonight. Not even that explosion could kill him. And he didn't even feel it when he slammed his fist on that stove. A clue left behind. The corpse left behind some data that from some testing I did. I got some readings for some kind of radiation coming off that body. Radiation? I used all kinds of instruments, but I couldn't determine exactly what kind of radiation it was. Some undiscovered type from a world unknown. Wait a minute. Could it be? Could it be? That's right, it was coming from the meteorite fragment. I went to that park and tested the spot where the meteorite fell. And just as I expected, I detected radiation coming from that crater. It's the exact same pattern of radiation as that of the corpse. At the time, I thought he was some kind of immortal being. He'd die, only to come back to life. I wanted to research it all in depth, so I quit my job as a police medical examiner. Several years later, I came to learn the connection between my research and the manipulator case. Thanks to the arrival of this crazy character here. Oh, stop now, Professor. Do you want to see me blush? Canbanela's arrival. It was about a year ago, I'd say. This man in white came dancing into my research lab here. Phew! I heard there was an oddball here who's researching Temsic. Is that you, baby? I love its absurdity. Who are you to be calling anybody an oddball? And we hit it off. I was investigating the manipulator case then. And then I heard there was a man who'd quit the police force to study the meteorite. When I heard that, it was like a meteorite had struck me on the head. At the time, we were just starting to get leads on this manipulator. We didn't know who he was yet, but we knew he was communicating with a certain foreign country. In one of those communications, we heard the manipulator say this: "The source of my power is not of this world." And that's when I put 2 and 2 together, baby. The manipulator case and the Temsic were somehow connected. Which also explained how 5 years ago he used his powers to manipulate a birthday surprise a little girl made for her mother. He added that gun to the contraption, most likely by controlling Camilla. And we're done. So that contraption in the basement here, you built that to try and help Detective Jowd. That's right. Jowd and I worked together back when I was with the Force. I used the reports of his case to try and recreate the device, but there was just one part of it that I couldn't reproduce, no matter how hard I tried. Camilla told Jowd it did something it shouldn't have, made an impossible move. I did that part to the device I recreated. I put in a part that would allow Cupid to rotate, otherwise the gun wouldn't fire. So that must mean someone manipulated Camilla's contraption. As a result, we proved to ourselves that the manipulator actually existed. Why is manipulator such a hard word to say in a sentence?
Inspector Canbanela.
Hey, baby. So about that phone call, I must have sounded like a real villain. I hated to spoil your image of me. Of that cool cat inspector you always looked up to. Is that really the image she had of him? He is a cool cat.
Inspector Canbanela, I'm sorry, I just heard. You were chasing after that man all this time to try and help Detective Jowd.
Who told you that? This manipulator is such a dangerous character. I was hoping you didn't have to be involved.
So that's why you had me arrested tonight, isn't it?
Like I always say, if someone's in the way, throw 'em in the slammer. Yikes. Tonight. I really thought we finally had him. But my body gave out on me right at the critical moment. It's like a cruel joke. Ha ha ha! But a joke is a joke, you might as well laugh. Jowd!
The minister called off the execution order. And while he was at it, he let Detective Jowd go free until tomorrow morning too.
That's a pretty extreme while he was at it. Sorry I took so long to get here. You can leave the rest to me. There you go again, you've always been like that. You make everybody else run around and then you swoop in at the last second. Jowd. 5 years ago. You left this coat with me just before you turned yourself in. I promised to give it back to you one day. Here you go.
I've been waiting so long, Detective Jowd. Waiting for this day to come.
Thanks for not giving up on me, Lynn. Okay, I'm off then. Good luck, my old friend, baby. It's the watch. This present you gave me. It's just what I needed. Thank you. Glad you like it. Baby.
Sissel, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You and I have to go find that man. I need your help. Will you do this with me?
Sure, but how? We don't know where the submarine is and the phone line doesn't work.
They use communication cables to make their calls. We'll get you hooked up somehow. You'll see. Could you wait here until we do, please? Thank you.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I'm counting on you.
This true self you're looking for. I bet you'll find it soon. Alright, I'm leaving. Inspector Canbanela. See ya.
Baby. It's almost dawn. It's not who I thought I was. I'm actually further from knowing who I am than ever. But now I don't feel so alone. Each one of us, for his or her own reasons, is looking for the truth. Together I think we can shed light on these mysteries and drive away the darkness. But it's almost dawn. Did we do it? Yeah, we did it! Clear chapter 15. What is that challenge? Just clear it. Okay, cool, we did it. Look at all the things we got. Obtained a new song. We've got a bunch of stuff. Cool, well that's another episode of Borderline Games under the belt. Thank you for watching this episode of Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, and I will see you next time. Have a good evening. Bye bye.